This might be really crazy to say because some people would say that they hate their life, but maybe you don't really hate your life. Maybe you just hate the direction that it's actually going. People don't see what is right in front of them most times. You can just be tired of becoming the person that you thought you were gonna try to be. And you realize that maybe this path or this way isn't necessarily the way I need to go. Or you're becoming someone that you were never supposed to be. We often think that a new relationship, new job, new opportunities, new house, new car, whatever, something new is gonna replace the hole that's within inside of your soul, within inside of your spirit. Because we all know that there's something deep inside of every human being, and that's purpose. You want to feel like you belong. You want to feel like you matter. You want to feel like you're making a difference. But we feel like things make differences in our lives. And if we get something that's new, it'll fill a hole that was never meant to be filled by that particular thing. Because you see people all the time that are successful, that have money, that have fame, that have status, still depressed, still have anxiety, still stressed out, still cutting their lives short because they might have thought that that was going to fulfill them. Or you might think because what they have, what they look like they have, and what they look like they're portraying as happiness, you think that that fulfills them. But they're carrying more weight than you might think. You're carrying more weight than you might think. People think that they want freedom, but they really just want distraction. Because whatever it takes to have freedom, it takes work, it takes consistency, it takes discipline. But distraction is easy. You can just do that by just scrolling. You can do that by comparing what other people are doing, ignoring every thought that's in your mind about how to get better. You're ignoring the voices in your head about what do you need to work on. But no, we take it as, no, I'm feeling lost because I'm not doing what I need to do. But at the same time, I still need to look at Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok and see what everybody else is doing, and then compare my life to what they have in theirs. But people go to people pleasing and wasting time and compromising value and distractions more than purpose, more than integrity, more than determination, more than just going after what is rightfully yours. God says that there is a reward when you keep his commandments. There are things to follow that are good, such as blessings, such as purpose, such as righteousness. Whenever you keep the word, whenever you meditate on the word, whenever you pray and talk to God about the word and what your life and what you're really going through. Because there's a feeling you get when you know you're not becoming who you are supposed to be. Your soul notices it. The people that are really close to you notice it. And most importantly, it's the person that you look at in the mirror that notices it the most. And if that person doesn't take the time to check that, to get that in order, then that person can ignore it long enough until they can't. And by the time that they can't ignore it anymore, it's usually too late. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verses 12, it says, "There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death." And then it goes on, because this is my study Bible. It says, "Only when it is too late does the deluded person," delusional, right? Delusional person discovers that he is on the crowded highway path to death. Crowded highway. There's traffic on the way to death. People are running, driving on their way, on their journey, on the way to death. But we all gotta die one day. But some of us are gonna go to death and be dead, and some of us are gonna arrive to death and be at the eternal kingdom. The implication is not that he was tricked, but that he relied too heavily on his own wisdom rather than turning in humility to God. The word is really something serious, and I don't think people really understand that. And I don't think I even understand it because I still fall short each and every day. I still make mistakes, and I still do things that I know that's wrong, and I need to do what's right. So I say all that to say this. We want distraction. We want scrolling and avoidance, and we want to avoid the hard decisions. We don't want to grow intentionally. People want to say that they hate their life or they hate the way that they're going, but still don't make the decision to change the direction. You have to change the direction. You have to want more for yourself, and you have to adjust accordingly. The blessings don't come to you. You have to be aligned in God's path in order for you to receive all the reward that you're supposed to get. I'm not talking about money. I ain't talking about status. I ain't talking about nothing materialistic. I'm talking about peace of or fruit of the spirit, joy, peace, self-control, right? Discernment. Having those is priceless. It weighs more than gold and silver itself. It weighs more than the treasures of the world itself. Being busy isn't meaning that you're moving forward. It doesn't mean that you're growing. That's two different things. Being busy and distracting yourself isn't growth. But sometimes having clarity and silence and thinking about what you need to do and actually doing it, that's growth. So maybe you don't need to completely just a different life. You don't need to completely change everything about your life. Maybe you just need to stop walking down the wrong path. In the book of Proverbs, it literally says, the deluded man is on the highway to death because it was too late, because he trusted himself more than what he trusted to God. Right now, what do you need to give up to God? What do you need to give to God right now in order to say that you can't carry this anymore, but God can? And when you give God more luggage, it gives you more availability and space in order to grow into your purpose. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this one, bruh. Thank you for going this far into the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the link tree in the description, bruh. And of course, as always, I hope I catch y'all on the next one.